Hello?
Hello?
Are you home?
Yeah, it's just got back.
Okay, I'm just filming a video, so if I don't answer, you can say hello to my fans.
Hello, fans. Hello.
Stop.
But then you have to put a sim from a different thingy in.
To see that it doesn't lock, yeah, it's not locked to that network.
Yeah, well, they're unlocking it from EE, so.
Okay.
So, but now that it works with this, I can put it back and I can tell you're very interested.
No. Yeah, I'm just thinking when I have to edit this back, it's going to be you being like, yeah, and I'm like...
You should keep it in.
Keep it in? What? How many minutes has it been? About 1 minute, 20 seconds?
Comment below, guys. Comment below. Should we keep this in?
Wow.
Comment below.
Comment below. Like, share and subscribe.
Yeah. Thumbs up for Joe.
Oh, so embarrassing. Okay, well, I'm not going to put all of this in, so... Bro. Wow. Wow. Alright, talk to you later.
This is Joe signing off. Enjoy the rest of the vid, guys.
Wow. Oh, embarrassing. Okay, bye. Love you, bye. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in last week if that is something you did. If not, then clearly not an OG. But today I wanted to talk about my horrific dating life, that combined with mental health stuff. I started going on dating sites. Now, I'm a Christian, so I don't do Tinder, I don't do Hinge, I don't do Bumble, I don't do whatever else there is out there. There is only kind of two major dating sites your gal can use. I started talking to this guy. He was really sweet, actually. I can't even remember what we chatted about, just normal stuff. Like, I was like, oh, this is quite exciting. It was my first sort of person I'd ever talked to online, like in a dating sense. And yeah, so we ended up going on a date. Lord have mercy on my soul, please. So we went on this date, we met at a coffee shop, that was fine. So I've got there, I'm so nervous. Like, I'm not normally nervous meeting people, but I was like, it's the date. 10 minutes go by, he's not there. 20 minutes go by, he's not there. Half an hour goes by, he's not there. About 35 minutes into it, I'm on the phone to my friend at this point, being like, what should I do? Should I leave? Have I been stood up? To be honest, I wasn't far from home, so I was like, if I have been stood up, hurrah, I can just go home and get in my PJs. So he rocks up, and I'm on the phone to my friend, and I'm like, this can't be him. This can't be him. This boy said he was taller than average. I'm 5 foot, and he was shorter than me. He was shorter than me. Taller than average. What is the average? A cat? A tortoise? A small child? He turns up, doesn't say sorry, doesn't give any explanation as to why he's late, just sits down, he's like, hi. I'm like, hi. I can't even remember how it went down. So by this point, I'd already got myself a peppermint tea, and because I thought there might be a bit of kissing at the end of the day. No, I really didn't. I'm joking. So yeah, so he comes in, doesn't offer me a drink, doesn't get himself a drink, which I think personally is weirder. So he starts talking about his job, and he starts talking about how basically, he basically was like, I didn't want to work at my job anymore, so I like was just really hoping for a reason. Like, I was really hoping for me to like be able to leave. I don't know why, I don't know what it was. And he was like, the next day they called me in and told me not to come back. So me being me, loudmouth of course, I'm like, so you got fired? And he was like, no. And I was like, so what did they tell you? And he was like, they told me to take my stuff and not come back. I was like, babe, you got schooled, you got fired. First of all, you're very short. Second of all, you got fired from your job and you haven't found another one since, which was about 1.5 years ago. And not being funny, there's been periods in my life where I haven't had a job, but I've always worked. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've always worked. This guy hadn't been working for a 1.5 years. No wonder why he didn't buy me a bloody drink. So then after, I was literally, honestly, I started yawning, not in a rude way, I was like, no, yawning. Oh dear, didn't expect that. So I was like, your girl's got to go, your girl's got to make a move. So I was like, I think it's time like I make a move, like la la la. And I was like, fine. He was like, I'm gonna go that way. And I was going that way as well, but I was like, I'm gonna go the other way. So I was like, I'm gonna go the other way. And then he texts me after. He texted me like 3 days after, and I was like, thank God I've got away with it. Because I was like, I thought he could tell that I wasn't really into it. I was like, kind of like, I'll call you, don't call me kind of thing. And he was like, oh, the conversation topics went a lot deeper than I expected, and I really feel like we connected on a level. And I was like, I don't think we did. Like, I don't really think we did. So I just, this might be rude, but I just didn't reply. And yeah, I don't know. He didn't message me again, which is fair enough. I probably would have done the same. For that situation, I never said anything about my mental health. I never said anything about self-harm or anything like that, because I was like, I'm gonna see if this even goes anywhere, and I'm gonna see if this is even a thing. It didn't. Nothing was lost. I didn't tell him anything. It was absolutely fine. Now this, honestly, this is a joke. This is a joke. So I was chatting to this boy, and he was really sweet. Everything about him was so sweet. Like, he was exactly like my type. Like, he just was like really funny. Like, and it was on this app. It was on this app. So yeah, he was really funny. He was really cute. Like, yeah, he was great basically. And I don't know why this happens to me. He was basically still in love with his ex-girlfriend, is what was the problem. I really liked him. I was like, oh, like, as much as you can like someone that you've never met. So I was like, yeah. So then we had a little FaceTime call, and it was all really good and stuff like that. And yeah, like, I don't know really. Oh yeah, then this was it. So one day we're just chatting, yeah? One day we're just chatting. Oh, yeah. So we'd been chatting quite a lot. We'd been chatting for like a good 2 weeks, and like I had told him like I had like depression and stuff like that, like, but not in a weird way, not like, oh my God, I've got depression. But I was like, yeah, like, 'cause we were talking about each other's like how we became a Christian, and I was like, you know, when I was 16, like I was quite ill, like I've had depression for quite a long time. And this guy was just like, oh my God, like, I don't know, like maybe it's just me, maybe this is someone else's dream for someone to say, but he was like, oh my God, like, you are just so amazing to like not, this makes you sound like a really bad person, but he wasn't like that. He was like, you know, like, you're so beautiful, like like I just don't like that kind of thing. Like, I just want someone to be like, cool, great, let's just move on. I'll take that into account, like, if anything ever happens, thanks for telling me. But he was just like, yeah, all that kind of cringy stuff. And I was like, and then he was like, well, my ex-girlfriend, and I was like, again, he's like, my ex-girlfriend said I was so good for taking care of her. I was like, I don't need looking after by anyone else apart from my mum and my best friends. We were chatting, and it was all really great. And actually, that weekend I was going up to see my friend Bells in Bath, and yeah, I was like, he lived in Bristol, so I was like, oh, maybe like I'll just like, because it's not very far, so like hop across to see him, la la. No, that didn't happen, did it? Of course not. So one night we were just chatting, and he just starts going on about all this stuff, and I was basically like, what are you saying, babe? Like, do you want to ditch it? Do you want to just leave it? And he was like, this is what I imagine he was like anyway. My friends always say I'm like the worst doing impressions in people, like, because anyway. He was like, I was just like wondering if you could be like my big sister in Christ. Okay. So I reacted in a way that any normal person would react after being that mucked off after 2 weeks. Yeah. What? You can't do that. So I was like, no, I cannot. No, I cannot. And I schooled him. I was like, that is not okay. It's not okay for you to lead someone on for 2 weeks thinking this is actually going somewhere, and then for you to be like, maybe you'll just be my big sister. So I basically like ditched him, and that never happened. But I don't regret telling him that, you know, that I, you know, like had struggled to like self-harm and depression in the past, because I think it just felt like the right time. And I'm not someone, I put my life out there on YouTube for people, or like my struggles out there for people on YouTube to view. So, you know, why not, if you're getting friendly with someone, tell them, it's not a problem. But I do think there's a right and wrong time to tell someone. I personally think if you don't see your future with this person, if you don't see it going anywhere with this person, why the hell would you tell them? Like, I don't think there's a need to. And I personally think those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. All my closest friends know, and all my closest friends like know the struggles that I go through, like that aren't on YouTube, that I don't put on YouTube. However, I think when you're dating, if you feel like it's the right time, you go ahead. And actually, I just think, like, if this person is meant for you, they're meant for you. But yeah, when I have a boyfriend, I'm saying when, I'm speaking into existence, there is power in the tongue. I think when I have a boyfriend, he's not gonna care. My closest friends don't care. Boys, girls, whatever. People shouldn't care. It's 2019. They should only care about helping you. And I think that's the fact of the matter. So if you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Like I said, I haven't been on loads of dates. I haven't had many positive experiences of the dating world, and I think dating as a Christian is even harder. But yeah, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and please come back next week for more, because I love all of you with all of my heart. And yes, it was quite a funny one, and I just wanted to keep it light. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to talk about. If you have any video suggestions, don't forget to comment them down below in the down bar or whatever it's called, because I love having suggestions, because sometimes this girl gets a brain block. But yes, thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you next week for my next one. Bye guys!